Hello, yo, yo, yo. We are Long Beach API and we are live in our quarantine homes in Long Beach. We have a couple of Long Beach API founders, educators, Mrs. Angel and Mrs. Monica. You want to say hi?
Hey!
So we are all
Hi, thanks for joining us.
educators. Miss Monica and Mrs. Angel will be moderating our Zoom and Facebook chats. So because you're tuning in, we really want you to engage with us because this really is a space for you. I know some of you may be cool with just being a fly on the wall, but we value you being here and we value your voice and your input. So make sure you use the chats and holler at your girl. All right. So keep in mind that this is a live comedy show. And unfortunately, y'all who are listening, y'all all on mute. Okay, so we cannot hear your laughter. And for our comedians, this is a different space because when they typically get on stage, they get a feel for the room to really connect with the audience. Just like Kobe Bryant has said before, he values the Staples Center arena because he thrives off of the energy of the crowd. So if you're tuning in, we're really relying on your energy in the chat rooms. Especially later when we get into our improv games, we'll ask for some audience participation. So ladies and gentlemen, get prepared to share and post some comments. We're so excited that you can join us this evening. We have a wonderful hour planned. Tonight, we want you to relax, laugh, release some endorphins as we take you on a comedic ride. We're celebrating Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month with our API comedians, Brian Kunhee and Jason Theon. They're both dear friends of mine, Long Beach Poly graduates representing the LBC. So it means so much that you're here with us. And I'm going to hand this off to introduce our first comedian, Jason Sion, to introduce himself and tell us a little bit about himself. Welcome, Jason.
Hi, Nok. First of all, thank you so much for thinking of me and having me on this stream for our API. I really appreciate it. About myself, born and raised in Long Beach, California. I am Cambodian American. And going through Poly, I ended up going through Cal State Long Beach as well, and I ended up becoming a high school teacher. And I've also worked for the city of Long Beach. I've worked for LA County. I've worked for a lot of different nonprofits, but it took a while for me to find my true passion. And as much as I've loved my career working in nonprofits and working with people and really helping the community, I also wanted to pursue acting and pursue comedy. So when I was starting my master's degree at Cal State Long Beach for public administration to be a grant writer, I just had this epiphany that I wanted to kind of try my dream and my passion, and I'm going for it. So now I'm an actor, comedian, writer, and performer, and chasing a dream. Thanks. There's no one else talking, so we can go.
Very cool. Well, thank you, Jason, for sharing a little bit about your life trajectory. We definitely need more API representation in the entertainment business. So we're rooting for you, representing Long Beach. Thanks for sharing. So also, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions for our comedians, feel free to also post them, and then we'll get to them at the end of the hour. So thank you, Jason. Our next comedian is Brian Hahn. Brian, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your life trajectory in sort of pursuing comedy and the entertainment business?
Well, I gotta say things are going pretty good because I'm on vacation right now. And I don't know why you're bothering me, but no, I'm just kidding. What did you want to know?
Tell us about yourself, Brian, other than the fact that you're on vacation, bro.
Well, I don't appreciate you calling me bro, but it's all good. Trying to alpha male me, but I'm from Long Beach. I am Caribbean, and I've been bouncing around with a bunch of different kinds of jobs, and medical field stuff, and the performing arts, which I truly, truly love. And so it's really cool to be a part of this because, it's difficult to be an Asian American and pursue the arts. And so, yeah, grateful to be a part of it.
Very cool, very cool. All right. So our comedians have prepared a bit of a 5 minute bit for us. And so I'm gonna actually, our comedians don't know this, but we're actually gonna poll our audience. So if you're on Zoom or you're on Facebook, we need you to type in the chat room. Audience, now that you got a feel of who Brian and Jason are, who would you like to go see and do the 5 minute bit first? You wanna see Brian or Jason? So Mrs. Angel, Mrs. Monica, let us know the stats as they come in. Again, please type in the chat. Who do you want to go see first? Do you want to see Brian or Jason do their individual bit first? So ladies, give us the stats.
We are hearing Jason Strong on the Zoom.
Let's see. Yep. Looks like Jason.
Jason on the Facebook, come on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Jason, we don't know what first means, but the crowd wants you. And so when you're ready, the screen is all yours.
Can I flip the? Is that like a coin where I choose Brian to go first? Is that okay? Is that cool?
No, I think we're gonna give the audience what they want, right, audience?
Okay.
So, Jason, go ahead when you're ready.
All right. Well, I just wanted to kind of starting out in Hollywood, especially as an Asian actor, as a Cambodian American actor, I seriously had no idea like what was gonna happen or like kind of like what this career was gonna hold. I've been to so many different races, like racist auditions where they would tell you to put on different accents or they would tell you to kind of like act in a certain way and do racist things. A lot of them are from people in the industry, and the people in the industry, with the majority of people are white, are a lot of white males, and even from like from kind of cameras to directing, casting, it's definitely changed in the last couple of years from what I've seen. But there has to be a push for more diversity, for more people of color, for us to go into the industry. I started doing a lot of like improv comedy because I like to perform and I like to be funny, but it takes a while to like kind of learn your craft, and I bombed a lot. But I've also was able to meet certain directors and certain people in the industry. Have you guys seen Crazy Rich Asians? Yeah, raise your hands. I know you guys I can't see anybody, but I'm assuming yes. They had open calls and open auditions for Crazy Rich Asians, and John M. Chu, the director, actually asked Asian people, guys and girls, everyone to audition for it, and we sent self-submissions, and didn't hear back from it. But for the premiere of Crazy Rich Asians, I actually went up to John M. Chu, and I handed him my headshot. I handed him my headshot, and I was like, where would you cast me in your movie, sir, if if you want to or if you can? And he was so nice. And he gave me tips. And what I realized as well is, don't ask for permission to do things. Kind of like apologize afterwards. If I really, really upset him or whatever, I would have apologized. But it led to such a great conversation. And it was just so key in a little bit of my personality and trying to kind of navigate the acting system as well. But through that, I also do a lot of improv comedy, and I do a lot of sketch comedy. I do live shows and stand-up comedy. And I'm not going to do any weird bits, but I have characters that I do too, where I either play like I'm a mom or I play different characters, and I do auditions for UCB, and I perform shows there as well.
Whoa, wait. Was that your mom wig?
That is my mom wig. I do a lot of characters and a lot of bits, but this is like straight up my mom wig. I pretend I'm my mom, and I say different things. Yeah, so I've made video, and it's crazy because like, you never know like what opportunities. Have you guys heard of Cambodian rock band? Yeah, so I actually I went to their show and I was like, yo, where the Cambodians at? I was like, so I actually uh talked
J-
to the like Brooke and other soul thing, and I was like, you know what? I gotta better myself and try to audition for this show. And then I actually, a year later, I got an audition to be in the Cambodian rock band to perform in New York and stuff like that. I didn't get it, but I actually was able to talk to the director at a gala that my friend Susanna had, and there is really a hunger for Asian talent, for Cambodian talent. So I really push people to go into the industry. Sorry, Nog, I'm random and I'm no going off tangent, so sorry, I don't know.
No, that's you, Jason, and so we appreciate your spiel. Thank you for that.
You.
Anything else you want to add?
I don't know. I appreciate my friend supporting me. Honestly, I think that was the hardest part was the transition from going to grad school and having a full-time job from, you know, from the county and stuff like that. I need the support, and I've made so many great friends and I don't regret my decision at all. So I'm just happy for things to build up and keep going on auditions and, you know, make it.
Very cool. Well, you have a wide network of friends that support you.
Including you. Thank you.
Yes, that's where we're spotlighting you. I'm gonna go there. What about your parents?
You know, it you went there. Okay. So I had to move back home 2 years ago. I was living in LA, working full time as a teacher, and I was secretly going on auditions and secretly taking classes and stuff because my parents put a lot of pressure for me to be successful. Not even in like stereotypical ones like medical or like lawyer or anything like that. They just wanted me to be successful, and I worked over 30 different jobs, and I've traveled the world to like China and Taiwan and Europe and stuff, and they just want me to be stable. And then I actually had a mental breakdown with my mom. Basically, she was like, "Why can't you be like successful like all the other like your cousins or your siblings?" And then I was like, you know what? I want to be an actor. And then she basically called me a loser in the beginning, but now she's starting to see me in commercials and short films and stuff, and she's like telling her friends like, "Oh, Jason's in the movies, and Jason has this audition for this." And
Wait. Put on your mom wig when you do that.
oh no, okay. So this is the part where she goes, where where she goes, Jason, why are you such a loser? Why can't you be like your cousin Serenity or your sister, as a porn or a Sumatra or Pirom? I was like, and then I'm like, "Ma, I just want to be happy and chase my dreams." She's like, really? And that's all I got. I'm sorry, I didn't plan any bits. But now, yeah. So my parents, they support me now. Thank God. If I didn't, I wouldn't be able to do this, to be honest.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Jason. Very cool, very cool. Thanks for sharing your story. And I know it's hard, especially because one, there's not a lot of API in the industry and in the immediacy, right? In Long Beach in particular. And so if it's not familiar, then our parents and people are scared to kind of be the trailblazers for that. So we're here to support you. So wherever you need, we got your back. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. So thank you, Jason. Brian, I don't know where you're at. How you doing?
He's hilarious. I'm sorry. He's so funny. I love Brian.
All right, Brian, when you are ready, Miss Angel will give you the spotlight on your screen. Oh, you got a mic. Look at you.
That's you.
We good? Can I start?
Yeah,
All
go
right, I'm just
ahead.
gonna go ahead and start. So we're gonna start with a game. I know you have games, but for Asian, what is it? Asian Pacific Islander Month API. So we're gonna do a game between Knock and Jason. By the way, happy birthday, Knock, recently.
Thank you.
And good job, Jason. It was very nice meeting you. So here's the game. can I share screen? Can you give me the share screen?
I'm a little nervous, but Brian knows that we have viewers watching. But yes, Brian, you have the
Hey, I
ability
don't
to
look at
share your
that
screen.
stuff anymore. But anyways, let's go ahead and see who's here. I want to see who's here. All right, so there's a Belinda Uy and like 15 knock wins.
No, that's so bad.
Hey,
My
Norm.
bad.
Norm, are you out there? Norm, are you here? Norm did not come. Who's Monica? Well, nice to see you, Monica. Okay. All right. So I can share screen? Oh, cool. So the game is called Guess That Asian, right? So both of you guys go ahead and turn on your mics. And what you're supposed to do is you have to guess where this person is from, right? And whoever answers first, when I go to the slide, wins the point, okay? So whoever has the most points wins the game. And the prize is you won the game. All right, here we go. Guess that Asian. Where are they from? First person is Constance Wu.
Oh, she's Chinese.
China.
Oh, you're both incorrect. She's actually from Virginia. The
Oh,
correct
right,
answer
she is
I was looking
American.
for was Virginia.
Right.
And she's actually Taiwanese American, I think, by the way. All right, ready for the next one?
Yes.
Wait,
Yes.
is this where they're from, right? Not where they're
Guess
born?
where they're from.
Philippines.
Oh, no, he was born up
Chicago.
north in the Bay
No.
Area.
Oh, you're both wrong. He's actually from Tacoma, Washington.
And
He
he's a
gets 0 points.
comedian.
He
All
is
right, go ahead.
Filipino American, though. All right, next up is Tiger Woods.
Thailand.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Sorry, I'm guessing the question's wrong. Like where they're from, like what city? I don't know.
Is that right?
The correct answer is no one knows where Tiger Woods is from. He is racially ambiguous. But his mom looks Asian, right? All right, next up. Can you guess?
Chow. What's the Chow?
France.
I'm gonna guess
France?
Chinese again.
He's actually born in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, but he's Chinese Vietnamese American.
Mm.
Oh, cool.
All right, we just got 2 more. 3
Who
more.
is he? Is he an actor?
Yeah, who is he?
What? He was in Lost, and he was in this show called The Expanse.
Got it.
He's not as famous, but whenever I saw him, I thought it was cool.
Is
All
he a
right.
Cambodian actor? Wow.
I initially thought he was Cambodian, but it says Chinese Vietnamese born in Cambodia,
Oh,
like
okay.
Phnom Penh, and then he moved to Vietnam or something. But he's got a pretty cool story. Really good
Do I-
actor.
Go ahead.
What's that?
Nothing.
All right. So far, both of you have nil.
0. Mm-hmm. We're both
All right,
winning.
here we go. The next one is, where is she from?
13 Reasons Why. Michelle Ang.
That's where she's from.
If you get any of these 4 answers that I'm looking for, you'll get a point.
Oh, she.
Or 3 answers. There's 3 answers.
What's A and G?
That's Hmong, I think. No, I'm sorry, I don't know.
All right, you got 3 more seconds.
I forget that I'm live.
Final guesses. She's
Pass.
actually Indonesian Chinese from New Zealand.
Mm.
All right, we give you a half.
Monica,
a point.
you knew that one? Yeah?
You know what? Can we get like? All right.
Yeah,
forget it.
Monica, Angel, why don't you participate?
How about Monica and Angel? Monica and Angel get in on this. All right, so I got 2 more left. 2 more. 2
I'm
more.
cheating.
Are you ready? Here's the last 2. All right, so where is he from?
Beach, California. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Texas.
He's from.
Somebody's saying Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. Whoa, no, he was not
He's from the
He's
UK.
from London.
There you
UK.
go.
Harrow.
From
Wait,
London.
wait, wait. Did you look it up?
No.
No
All right,
way.
whatever. All right, I'll give Angel that point. So he's from London and he's Gujarati Indian. All right. All right, here's the last one. Are you ready?
Mhm.
Where is he from? Which Asian country? Are you ready?
Is he part? I don't know if he's
He's
part.
from America.
I did not watch
mean,
The Last Dance yet. I'm so sorry.
The
Well-
correct answer was Brooklyn. And,
Brooklyn.
and another good answer would have been, I wish he was Asian. It would have been really cool.
Got
Yes.
it. To represent
So,
the ABI community.
We're going to go ahead and say that Angel won the game.
Yep.
A. Yes.
Thanks for planning that, B.
Awesome.
So I guess my point of that game was just to show a bunch of Asian Americans in the entertainment industry, which is pretty cool. And also to show that it's very hard to tell the difference between Asians. So
You're getting a
But
lot
you
of
guys got
love
the
on
first two
Facebook.
right.
Okay.
all right. So should I try to attempt to tell jokes on the internet to a bunch of knock wins?
Everybody's logged on as Knockwind. I'm sorry, I gave out the wrong code. Anyway, Brian, go ahead. The
is
screen
that?
is now
Knock
This-
win, please. Please? Who said please?
the screen is now yours.
All right. You're like, hurry up, man. I got a meeting. All right, you ready? All right, here we
Story
go.
of my life.
So I'm Korean. I've been Korean for over 30 years, and I grew up in Long Beach. And when I was a kid, my parents didn't communicate to me because, language barriers, right? So I didn't know what race I was. And in first grade, I thought I was Chinese because the other kids would yell things like, Chinese, Jackie Chan, Chinaman. And then my 6-year-old brain was like, well, then I must be Chinese. And finally, I think my older sister set me aside and was like, dude, you're not Chinese, you're Korean. And I remember thinking, that's probably information I should know and remember. And I was like, I shall remember that. And from that day forth, I shall be Korean. And then I got picked on for being Korean, and I was like, no, I'm Chinese, remember? Ah, yes. You know,
It's weird because you don't hear any laughs, Rob. Brian,
turn on your mics, guys. Come on.
you don't hear any laughs. It's so
Go.
awkward.
Did
Go,
I get
Brian.
anything? Did any get anything?
Laughing hard, really
Wait,
hard.
wait. Can we get the panels to turn on their mics?
Okay, we will
Yes,
at least
we're
laugh.
here. We're here supporting you.
Monica. All
There.
right, here we go.
So
There's
So-
people laughing on Facebook too.
yeah, and Ty
they?
Ty
Emojis.
Ty
Mhm.
actually suggested that we actually have a laugh track. I'm sorry I didn't get to that.
Oh, we have laugh. Yay!
Okay, cool.
Yay! See? And
Anyway,
laugh,
Brian,
laugh.
keep going. We'll keep
I think you guys are being way too supportive. You guys need to just a little bit
Get
less.
down a little bit. Okay.
A little bit less
Yeah.
support.
Okay.
I appreciate it though. I appreciate it.
You're funny,
Uh,
man.
All right, I got 2 more jokes. So, did you know makeup companies are racist towards Asians? I'm currently taking an acting class, and they sent me this makeup kit, and I kid you not, that the makeup kit, the foundations were, what was it? Light medium, Japanese, and the third one was North Korean communist. And I was like, that's a little on the nose, isn't it? And here's the funny part is my classmate, he's African American, and he's like, oh, don't feel bad, man. My foundation says cappuccino. And I was like, what, dude? Cappuccino's delicious. I want cappuccino as a color. Like, why does mine say Japanese? Look, I actually have it right in here. It says Japanese. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, wow.
All right. So, should I quit while I'm ahead? 'Cause I'm feeling it right now, guys.
So
She called
do you wanna show us some sample makeup? Is that why you brought it out? Yeah. So how
Sure,
would you?
sure.
How would you? Yeah.
Are you trying to pick on me and put makeup on my face?
Your
Belinda,
skin's
oh wait,
super.
okay.
Your skin. Yeah. Apply the foundation.
Apply the foundation. All right.
Thanks,
So check this
Belinda.
out, guys. It is funny how accurate this Japanese. Oh, you can't see it. This Japanese foundation is. Are you ready? Look at that. You can't even tell.
Wow.
Japanese.
So you're Japanese. Your skin is super clear, by the way. It
My
must be a
Jap-
Korean. It must be a Korean thing.
Yes.
He-
The color foundation I wear is the color of the people who created sushi and samurai culture. All right, I got one more joke and then
That was good.
we can
Got
move
you. I got
on
you.
with our lives. Uh, are you ready for this? You ready for this? All right, so my mom. Okay, so my mom, Asian moms are like they're like tiger moms. Am I right? Or first generation parents are, or excuse me, what do you call them? First generation, right? First generation parents, Asian parents are like stoic, right? So I have a tiger mom, and so basically I went on a date with this girl, and eventually I brought her to meet my mother. And so basically I'm just going to give you her real name, who cares? So this girl Tiffany, right? She's we go out to eat brunch, I think, with my family. So this girl Tiffany,
Tiffany, I hope you're not watching because are we Facebook friends?
Oh, you know what? Congratulations to Tiffany. I saw on Instagram she's getting engaged. So let's all give her an applause.
Yay, Tiffany.
You made it, Tiffany. You made it. You're married. You won. All right.
Everyone's congratulating Tiffany. That's so nice.
Dude, Tiffany, I just want to say, Tiffany, I just want to
Sorry,
say,
mine's too loud.
Tiffany is a great, she was a great girlfriend, and I'm very happy for you. Look at that, I'm looking in the camera right now. I'm genuinely happy for you, Tiffany. All right, back to the joke. All right, so anyway, so Tiffany she was like, oh, I'm gonna talk to his mom to get his mom on my side because I'm gonna try to marry her son. So she says, she talks to my mom and she's like, oh, I'm pretty sure the topic she's gonna want to talk about with her son, or with the topic that my mom would want to talk about is me, her son, right? So she goes, oh yeah, Brian this and Brian that. So my mom, she doesn't care anything about me. She just wants to talk about sports, right?
Yeah.
So right when she was like, oh yeah, so Brian was in the Navy, right? My mom was like, anyways, let's talk about the NBA and this whole James Harden guy, right? So she's like complaining to her about James Harden, right? And by the way, this guy James Harden, he goes into the lane and he gets fouled all the time. And it's kind of annoying because the refs blow calls all the time for him. And he scores like 13 points off free throws, right? So my mom does this thing in a James Harden impression. It was so embarrassing. She's telling Tiffany, she's just like, oh my gosh, that James Harden, he always goes to the free throw line. He's always doing layup. He's like, touch me, touch me, touch me, touch me, touch me. Oh, sweet, dude. We got some laughs. You guys are freaking awesome.
That was actually a really good Brian's mom impression without the wig even. I loved it. It's pretty good.
I think I should leave while I'm on top. Do I have anything else? I'm gonna leave on top. That's
Nice.
that's all I got.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that. Thank you,
everybody. Thank you.
Oh yeah,
Thank you
with
for
your
being
mic.
here. I don't know who anyone is. Norm, if you're here, what's up, Norm? And Anita.
They said thanks, B. All right, so the next piece of our show is going to be improv. So audience, if you have some actually reflections and questions for our comedians, please save them at the end end of the chat for the Q&A piece. But it's time for our improv games. So our first game is called 10 strikes and you're out. So I'm gonna get Miss Angel and Miss Monica to also participate along with our comedians. So there's 5 of us here and we're all going to hold up our 10 fingers representing the number of strikes we get before we're out. So one at a time, each person will state something that is true about themselves, but is hopefully not true about the other 4 people. So for example, I could state, I eat rice with chopsticks. So whoever can say I eat rice with chopsticks is safe, but whoever does not eat rice with chopsticks puts a finger down. And so when someone runs out of fingers, they're out. And so the last person to have a finger up wins. The goal is to say something that is not true, that is true about yourself, but not true about the other 4. So are we ready? Any questions about the game? We're good? Brian said he's confused on the
I'm
rules.
ready.
No, you're not. Okay,
I'm
so
ready.
Miss Angel, I'm gonna ask you because you can see the gallery
it.
view. I'm gonna
Yes.
ask you to go first, and then please call out the next person so that our audience sees because you have the gallery view. Okay, so everybody's gonna hold up 5,
Got it.
and it'll be speaker view. Okay,
Ready?
so Angel, you go first.
Okay. I have a bottle of fish sauce in my cabinet.
Yep.
All right. I'm calling out Jason.
Wait, so if
Okay,
we have the fish sauce, we put it down? Okay.
No, if you
Okay.
don't have the fish sauce,
Okay, got
you
it.
put it down.
I've snuck a muffin from Soup Plantation before when it was open into my pocket.
I haven't done the muffin piece, but maybe something else.
My mother's next to me. She said I did.
Who's next, Angel?
All right. Next, I see Brian.
So I say something that has to do with me being Asian.
That is true about you. That wouldn't be true about the other people.
Oh, okay. I am Korean.
Oh, that is true. You're the only Korean here, right?
That was a good one.
That was
All right, Monica.
okay. Ready? I have more than one rice cooker. Oh, everybody does. Okay.
Actually, don't.
Oh,
think.
okay.
You got me.
Okay.
We have to do
My
10 of
turn.
these?
Yes, Knock, it's your turn.
All right. I have eaten dog before. Hey, no judgment.
Oh,
All right.
Oh no, I'm safe.
That was in Vietnam, by the way. Vegetarian now, so got
What if
got
you
rest
didn't
blood.
know? What if you didn't know?
you know,
What if you
that's
were
it for me.
looking
I'm
for
done
the
with
dog the
You-
next
You
day?
still ate it. You still ate it.
Okay.
You got all my fingers on that one. I lose.
Looking for-
That's
That's where he went.
I think Angel, you're next.
Oh, I'm next. Okay, are you ready? I am Samoan and Filipino. I'm calling Brian. Got you guys.
Okay. Good at this. Okay, let me
My turn, right? I've showed up late to a job interview.
I have.
know.
I have.
All right, Brian, it's you.
I am also Samoan and Filipino.
Shut up.
Let's see. I went to UC Riverside.
Very specific.
All right, Monica.
I was a biology major.
No.
No,
I've taught in an Asian Pacific Islander country.
Oh. That's really cool. Okay. I grew up riding to school in a Honda Civic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go, Jason.
Oh,
Go.
it's my turn.
Yeah.
I studied abroad in Taiwan.
Wow. You guys are cool.
Who's next?
Brian.
I think it's Brian's turn.
I was almost gonna marry a girl named Tiffany.
In the comments, they said, what's her real full name though?
My friend Nate can find her.
Don't do it.
Tiffany.
I actually forgot her last name. Is that pretty messed up or what? Tiffany?
Started with an A.
No, my gosh. I don't
knock.
know.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
Monica.
Tien? It had to be Tien.
Sorry. You have more than one use for your slippers.
Brian's done.
Nah.
Oh, my first name has been mispronounced.
First name. Oh, no. Oh wait, yeah. All right. I played basketball when I was younger.
Oh, do I get a finger back?
Yep. I played basketball.
Does horse count?
On a team, like Love and Basketball.
All right. I'll put it down.
All right, go, Jason.
I have dislocated my shoulder playing football, or just in general.
Oh,
right.
I'm gone. You're
I'm
good.
done.
Dang, you guys are good.
So
All
it's
right.
just Monica and Jason.
I'd have been doing it wrong. My friends who are watching are like, yeah, that's Mon.
All right, so congratulations.
Yay.
Jason?
Thank you. I think
Jason?
I won. Yes, I won something.
Oh.
To follow AZN baby girl GURL for Tiffany, right? Oh my God. All right. Thanks for that improv game. We're gonna move on to our second improv game, which is called Storytellers. So this is actually just for Jason and Brian, but we're gonna need the audience to chime in. Okay. So how this works is audience, you're going to provide assistance when the storytellers, our comedians, pause. That means they're looking to the crowd for creative ideas. So for example, a storyteller may say, I like Thai food, but my favorite food of all time is, and that's where audience, you come in and then chime in on the chat. And then, so you're going to type in, whatever you want, dirty socks, garlic, mochi ice cream. And then the storyteller would then continue. For example, I like Thai food, but my favorite food of all time is dirty socks. Dirty socks just really hit the spot when I'm hungry, da 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 da. So it's going to go on until we stop. And the improv game encourages our comedians, the storytellers, to tap into their creative side. So we'll see what jokes they can come up with. So audience, make sure you're ready. Brian, Jason, are you ready?
Yeah,
so
let's go.
So Jason, since you kind of started us off last time, Brian, why don't you start off the story and then you can pause and then our audience will be ready. Cool?
Okay, ready.
All right, go ahead.
So all right. So I went to go buy some mochi at Trader Joe's and it was buy 8 for 2. Am I just telling a story about mochi? Is that right? Just keep going. All right, whatever.
Keep going.
I don't even know. All right. So and then I was in line, and we're supposed to stay 6 feet apart, but there was like a dad in front of me, and I don't know why I wanted to reach out and touch him because I haven't touched anyone in a while, and so I reached out and I started rubbing his right shoulder, and then he looked at me. And he was like, dude, where'd you get the mochi? And I was like, I got it from the freezer aisle. And he was like, dude, so just keep going. All right. And then I bought the mochi and we became best friends. We talked it out and he said, it's cool that you touched me on my shoulder. And so I gave him all of my mochi except for one box. I kept one. And I went home and then I ate
So
the mochi.
I kept one box of mochi because like I was gonna save it later, right, for me and my girlfriend, Tiffany, and we were just gonna go to the park and go on a picnic, and like I had made her a collage book of our relationship together, of like when we first met in middle school. I cut out little Valentine heart for when she dropped it in my little box, and I felt something a little off. I felt like, I don't know. Usually we can kind of go back and forth, but she's been a little quiet lately. And I just don't know why, but you know, we're eating the mochi at the park. We're at Stearns Park next to Alex's house. And we're just like feeding each other mochis back and forth, back and forth. And
I seriously don't know what we're supposed to do. I'm supposed to come in on a word? Like he just picks up on a word? Are you just continuing the story? What is going on? Do you know?
That's okay. That's okay. Jason can continue his story, and if there's a pause where you're looking to the audience to fill in the blank word, and then you're gonna pick up the story.
Oh, okay.
Sounds good.
Got it.
And then we're feeding the mochi back and forth. Since there's only 6 mochis from Trader Joe's, we were done pretty quick. And then she said she had to confess something. She dropped the last mochi. I know, but I had put an engagement ring in the last mochi. And it wasn't hot outside, so it didn't melt yet. But it fell into the sand, so I'm reaching for the sand, just reaching for that last mochi. And she's looking all flustered, and I'm just like, okay, you know, I gotta find this mochi, I gotta propose. And then she kept looking at her phone. And a pot-belly pig just came out of nowhere, probably El Dorado Park, and she told me she was pregnant, but the baby wasn't mine. And I'm like, okay, and there's a big pig here. So I'm like, I didn't get it. She was pregnant, but we've never had a stable relationship before. And then Michael Jordan came out of nowhere and started crying. But then she told me it was Brian's kid. I'm like, Brian from a comedy show on Facebook Live? How is that possible? I thought we were friends, I thought. I mean, we did those funny bits and all those things, but then Xtenation X came out of nowhere and was like, wait, that came out of nowhere. The song came out of nowhere on Spotify because I had my Bluetooth speaker outside, so it came out of nowhere. But then Casey and JoJo came on, and then I was singing All My Life. And then 90210, Tori Spelling came on and was like, Dad, we need to make a show out of these two. So a camera crew came out of nowhere, and they were like, oh no, you came here. Right, Brian? Right,
Yeah,
Brian?
that's right. And then
what happened, Brian?
And then I danced for her, and I was like, woohoo, we're dancing. And there was a guy swatting flies in Monica's backyard. And I was like, why are you swatting flies in the backyard? And she was like, because I need to exercise during these odd times. And this is how I exercise, Brian, leave me alone. And then I was like, oh yeah, all right. Well, I that's right. I'm your instructor. I'm your teacher. So you should do it like this: wax on, wax off. You know, because I'm the real Mr. Miyagi. And then we went on our day. And then, come on, man. Can we get rid of this? Come on, really? Oh gosh. And then And then this girl, Tiffany, came over with, oh my gosh, Tiffany, oh man. That is so sad. Tiffany, you know what? Tiffany didn't have to get hit by a car. You know what? Tiffany was about to get hit by a car, and then I ran to go save her, but she got hit by the car anyways. And
then she ended up in the hospital, and she was requesting some mochi. But then Brian was here, about to feed her some mochi while she was waking up, and I was like, wait, Brian, I have the ring in my hand. I was gonna propose to her. Dude, I thought we were close, man. And then you kicked me in the foot. But it wasn't her, it was her twin. Her twin, Nok Nguyen. I first thought, how is this even possible? But then the pig came out of nowhere. It wasn't her, it was an actual doppelganger. Because
and then we had 8 children, and we were like John and Kate plus 8, and then we had to get toilet paper because this guy Brian paid for it, and you know, you need toilet paper to clean yourself after you go to number 2. And
we had to get into wipes.
Are they wet wipes or are they dry wipes? You have to specify on the wipes. Right hand. Wait, are you asking me or you want me to say left or right hand? Well, you know what? Some things are supposed to be meant to be a mystery. Okay, wet wipe. I like where this is going, guys. Just right into the gutter. Right into the gutter.
But then Tiffany wakes up and she has to decide and choose between Jason or Brian. Who is she going to choose?
Who's she going to choose? Audience, who's she going to choose?
Oh my gosh.
Jason. Who is this Bandersnatch episode going to choose?
She's going to choose a mochi ice cream over Brian or Jason.
I think she would choose hopefully she would choose the pig. I want that pig to make a cameo.
And then John Travolta came out and said, "What's up? Do you like disco music?"
Woo. All right, I think that's it.
Yes! So thank you for that improv. We probably didn't play it the way that, you know, we would in a live stage room. So thank you for those of you who are in Zoom for all those creative ideas. So great storytelling, Jason, Brian. Very cool.
Thanks for suggestions, everyone.
Yeah. So we have about 12 minutes left before the end of the show. So either we're going to leave it up to any last jokes, or audience, if you have any Q&A for Brian and Jason, or any little more bits that you want to hear from them, feel free to chime in the chat room. There was a question, and I think this is probably Cameron Rhodes asking you, Brian. Brian, do you like disco music? Or Jason, do you like disco music? Cameron Rhodes, I think you're on.
Cameron Rose, that's a terrible question. No one likes disco music. That's the true answer.
I could do a little share with if I could turn back time. Yeah.
If I could walk away.
They want a real life funny story from who?
They want
Brian.
a real life funny story. Anything funny happened to you recently?
Anything funny? I don't know. My life is pretty boring, to be honest. Well, I met Joe Coy, outside Brian.
Oh, yeah.
Thankfully, I work with improv people at UCB, and then I volunteer with Filipino AF, and he's so nice. And then it's so cool meeting celebrities that are nice and really encourage the younger generation to pursue it, because he was kind of a trailblazer for Asian Americans, for Filipinos. And we were just at a bar, like just drinking and stuff. It's so cool. I don't fangirl a lot. I meet some celebrities and stuff, but Joe Coy, I love it when I meet people and they're really, really cool. So that was fun to be able to drink with him and stuff like that.
Jason, do you have any advice for our listeners, maybe our students who may be thinking about the entertainment biz?
Actually, I heard this from my friend Kevin yesterday. He was like, the industry doesn't want you. It doesn't. It doesn't want you like at all. You're gonna have to really, really fight for this. You're gonna have to fight your way, and you're gonna have to figure out what skills you're good at, what skills into it. Because I've done before, I've gotten over just one interview, but auditions, it's hard. You have to learn how to be like the rejection is like fast, fast, fast. I get rejected like every single day, and even for big projects and like for like really, really, really big projects I got rejected for. And it's really important to surround yourself with amazing people as well. Like people from my high school I'm still friends with, and people I just go hang out with as well in my acting classes, and just build a foundation, because you need to be in this in the long game. It's not gonna just happen overnight. It's gonna be over time. So if you want to pursue this, go for it. But it has to be your plan A. There's no plan B at all.
I really like that. It has to be your plan A, because you really have to be all in and just commit to that. Good words of advice, Jason.
Thank you.
Brian, anything you want to add?
No, I just really commend Jason for his tenacity to go at the industry, because we talked a little bit, and yeah, it's just really cool to hear stories and the friends he's made, like to be around creative Asian Americans, and it's so cool. There may not be a lot of money in this industry in the beginning or for a while, but when you do well on stage, or you meet these creative artists as well, and also they look like you, the feeling is more than money could ever give you. Like, I always wanted I think Jason feels the same way. I hope it's okay if I say this out loud. Can I talk about that story about that girl? Or
Not
Which
Tiffany.
girl? Which girl? What's
just kidding. But Jason, I think me and Jason agree that like the people that you meet in the industry, and it's hard. You want to get the house or the car, but then you kind of do that American dream, but this is a different type of style of an American dream. And yeah, as hard as it is at times, it's like you do well on stage, or you get to perform and do these things. By the way, thank you to Nakwin and Belinda and all the other Nakwins for coming up. I mean, it's really awesome that you're here, by the way. But anyways, yeah, it's just really cool to be able to perform. Although we might have to figure something out for the time being.
Right. How are you, because of, the lack of having like a live audience, and we don't know how long sort of this pandemic is going to last. Have you found any alternate spaces that you're planning to do in terms of pursuing? I mean, what does the entertainment business actually look like during this time?
For me, there's a lot of, in the beginning, there were a lot of like open calls, like they wanted monologues, and like a lot of new, because I have an agent right now. I have a commercial and I have like for print and voiceover, but a lot of agents and managers were reaching out like in the beginning, like 2 months ago, like aggressively, like I had a couple meetings. But now things are starting to open up for like slowly getting, not like really, really, really slowly. I've seen like postings for shows with like minimal crew. Like they put in the audition notice, like, oh, we'll only have like 2 or 3 people on set, I promise. And then there's a lot of like Zoom TV shows. My friend Christy booked one, so there's always something to do. You can always, I'm writing as well. I finished a pilot about working in the health department, so I'm gonna do like a table read soon, and I'm doing like a 72-hour film. There's so many resources for people who want to do it. People who are saying there's nothing, or that's just to me is an excuse. There's always something you can do. Yep.
I'm gonna guess that's Han making that comment.
There's a comment that says, props to you both, Jason and Brian, especially with Zoom.
That's something
I'm sure it's difficult with momentum of laughs and no audience response.
I just assume there's no laughs, so I'm not even. It's like my real show, so it's not even.
Whoa, Jason, why you gotta be so hard on yourself? Come on now. You know,
Yeah,
I
Jason.
obviously
Oh
quickly.
no, but to be honest, like as like Brian was saying, sometimes the shows are like on fire and the whole crowd's like raising, and sometimes it's seriously like this. Like I've done like hundreds of shows now, and you never really kind of do it. I don't know, it's hard. Sometimes you workshop things and you bomb. Like it feels like the end of the world.
So typically when you actually go into like a room, like what
Yeah.
is your take on like feeling the room? Because it matters like the age, the race, the demographic. Do you need to know who's in there or you're
Like
just shooting?
you definitely need to do like my friends who do show, like sometimes I do shows for all Asian people, like it's an Asian organization thing, and you can say like some Asian jokes and people will get it, but sometimes people don't get it or they don't care. Like, and then sometimes they already have a perception of how you look like. So you have to read, you definitely have to read the room and feel, it's like an aura energy. And but also you got to just do yourself because there's only one of you and you got to do whatever, your bits. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but definitely got to feel the room.
And I'm sure you're fine tuning your craft every single time after.
Oh yeah, some jokes is like, oh, they don't want to hear about me getting engaged and like, or like, me ending up in the hospital. Like it varies. You have to feel the crowd. And there's some, I did a show at a bar where they were heckling me, like they were booing. I was like, the organizer wasn't even doing nothing either. I was like, okay, let me just, yeah.
Did
So
you get it back on the tracks?
what happened?
Did you get it back on the tracks with these people that were loud and heckling?
Oh,
That's-
no, they,
At least they're giving you something, That's better than not. I think that's better than nothing.
well, because sometimes I have to submit like shows and stuff for like work. When you have to do a show, like for now we're doing a show right here. You would submit clips or whatever to like, because I had an audition for what's that? I don't even know. My mind's all scattered. Sorry. For I think America's Got Talent for a comedy thing, and it was for an Asian showcase. I had to like for sound and stuff for the recording. So it makes a difference when there's like laughing. It's weird to add like laugh tracks and stuff. Sorry, I know I didn't answer your question. I went on a tangent again.
Yeah, but it's so important that you're here and that you're doing the work and how difficult it is. Like I would have by all means would not be able to do what you do in the entertainment business or comedy. Like that takes so much
Oh no,
courage to
thank
do what
you.
you do.
I'm gonna say because I was a high school teacher and I know like you guys are teachers and I said it before. It is such a hard job for teachers. So I want to give a round of applause to Knock and Monica and Angels for all the teachers out there because I did it and it's hard. It's so hard, and I would rather be bumming it, making like big chunk change, doing stand-up comedy and stuff like that, than doing the teaching full time. Because for me, it's so hard, and you guys have the passion for it, and it shows. You guys are doing this out of the goodness of your heart, so I applaud you guys.
Keep in mind we bomb it all the time with our kids in the classroom. So we laugh and we just laugh at each other and just at the end of the day just be you, right? Because there's going to be so much negative talk out there that's going to challenge you to and the reality of it is there's not going to be another Jason Sion or another Brian Kunhee out there. And so you got to represent you and who you are and be true to that, because it's so easy to feel like we need to socially adjust and be somebody else who's popular or whatnot. So keep up the good work, guys. I know it's 7:00. Any last few words before we say bye to our peeps? I want to respect your time. Or Angel, Monica, you want to add anything?
Just thank you so much for doing this and for representing. I know that a lot of the young kids are watching who will watch this and are going to really see themselves in you. And I think that's so important for them, for our young kids. So thank you so much.
Yeah, same thing. Thank you guys for being on. We appreciate it so much.
Cool.
Thanks for having us, everybody.
Thank you. Make sure you follow Instagram at Brian Kunhee Han _ Jason Sion or Jason Sean, and then follow Long Beach API. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out. Mahalo. Much love to you.